Hi, welcome back to the Blind LP of Eagle Eye Mysteries in London. You are here with me and Jake, and today we are going to get on with the case of the Renegade Raven. So let's begin. Oh, it's cousin Nigel. Jake, Mom just called in from the tower. One of the ravens has disappeared. Okay. The tower? Ravens? What are you talking about, Nigel? The Tower of London, where they keep the crown jewels. One of the ravens that lives there seems to have been stolen. Okay. The legend says that if the ravens leave, the tower will fall. Okay. Wow. We better get over there and see if we can help out. Alright. There's Aunt Miranda, with some other reporters and one of the beefeaters. I've seen their pictures in books. He looks like he's in some kind of costume, but that's his real uniform. Let's see what he's saying about the raven's disappearance. Okay, I guess we'll talk to the whole lot at one go. Chief Warder Hargreaves, I'm Miranda Eagle from the Times. What can you tell us about the mysterious disappearance of one of the ravens? Ravens have lived at the tower since its earliest days, over 700 years ago. They are carrion birds, which means they eat dead animals and leftover food they find lying around. They were attracted here by the food scraps thrown out by the people living at the fortress. In the past, of course, the tower wasn't just a fortress. It was also a prison and an execution site. Oh my god. When traitors were beheaded, their heads were placed on pikes and displayed on the tower walls as a warning to others. Oh my god. Oh.
Yikes!
I know, right? The ravens these days must be satisfied with horse meat, fruit, and eggs. Alright. Mademoiselle Le Chaton? I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but okay. Monsieur Hargreaves, I am Mademoiselle Le Chaton of the French magazine Allures. How is it that security here at the famous Tower of London was so poor as to let one of these birds slip through your fingers? I don't know how to do a French accent. I mean, I guess I shouldn't assume that she's French, but you know, just never mind. Mademoiselle, tower security has always been excellent. After all, we have kept the priceless crown jewels safely under lock and key for over 300 years. Indeed, true. Spotty Wells, didn't we see you in the last case? You were dressed as Cat in the Hat. So, Tungsten Wells from the Sun here. How many ravens are there exactly, and how many are missing at present? There are 8 ravens presently living at the tower. Only one of these is missing, a bird named Jackie. How do you tell them apart? You must be good, man. They are all looked after by Grips, our raven master. Now that's all the time I have for question at the moment. If you have any further queries, you must address them to Scotland Yard. Scotland Yard handles this. Okay, she is French. Okay, alright. Good to know. I've been keeping a close watch on that French woman, Le Chaton. She's been slinking about here all week as if she were up to something. She's always lugging about tons of big bags full of photo equipment and snapping pics of everyone and everything in sight. I suppose she's only doing her job, writing a story and on the demonstrations and all, but I think she's got a lot of nerve. Maybe. Yesterday I saw her throwing food to one of the ravens over by the White Tower. That's not allowed, even if it does help you to get a close-up photo. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Oh, okay, we get the name. This raven Cedric is tagged with a dark blue leg ring. I guess that's how you know them. He is a large bird, jet black in color and approximately 2 feet high. Behind him is the information poster on ravens. Alright. The poster says that ravens at the tower, like ravens in the wild, are territorial. This means that the birds will pick one area of the tower grounds to live in and they will defend it from intruders and other ravens. Alright. I think. Wait. The poster says that ravens. Okay, yeah. Pick one area, alright. This poster gives a chart of the ravens' territories. For real? Ouch! Jackie's territory is just outside the White Tower. The poster mentions that the ravens have been protected by royal decree from the time of Charles II because of a legend, alright? The legend states that if all the ravens leave the tower, the White Tower will crumble and the monarchy of England will fall. Yes, but wouldn't they, like, die at some point? As a member of St. Crispin's Cadets, it's my duty to help the guards and visitors around the tower. Darren and I keep a close lookout for injured guests, suspicious packages, or strange happenings. Sometimes there are demonstrations here, so we've kept a pretty sharp eye on the ravens. But with 8 of them spread out around the grounds, we can't watch them all at once. What kind of demonstrations are you talking about, Simon? Lately, some students, animal rights activists from the university have been protesting outside the tower grounds on behalf of the ravens. They believe it's cruel to keep the ravens here by clipping their wings. Well, I don't know. I don't have much to say about clipping wings because I don't know how it works. The Raven Master, Grapes, could probably tell you more about that. Grapes is a fanatic about his birds. He takes smashing care of them, like they were his own kids. These demonstrations have really upset him. Grapes is the only humans who the ravens will allow to touch them. We steer clear of them. They'll bite anyone else who comes close. Alright. Is Grapes in there? The White Tower contains a royal armory, a huge collection of armor and weapons. Alright, we've seen that. Yeah. The armory is full of all kinds of cool stuff. Swords and suits of armor that were worn by kings hundreds of years ago. Jennifer and I love exploring this place. Look, there's Grapes, the Raven Master. Alright. I may have seen you, maybe. I can't tell you how worried I am about Jackie. She's one of the few ravens actually born here. I can't imagine why anyone would want to steal them. I mean her. What is wrong with me today? I've raised most of the ravens here from chicks. I feed them, look after them, and see to it that they are all safe in the cages at nightfall. Once the tower is closed to the public at 6 p.m, I round them all up. But last night Jackie was nowhere to be found. Maybe Jackie died. If only I hadn't been out yesterday afternoon giving that lecture at the zoo. I just know that if I'd been here, I might have seen something or prevented Jackie's theft entirely. Alright. I think I'm supposed to go to... Okay, that's a lot of places, but I believe, yes, Scotland, yeah. It looks like Inspector Gage is on the Raven case. Let's see if he'll get us over the dossier. Hang on. Alright, I accidentally closed it, but it's pronounced as dossier. Yes, dossier. Let's talk to you. Oh, it's you. This Raven case has us puzzled. Security at the tower is rather tight, so it's hard to imagine exactly how someone could have slipped a large bird out from under the beefeater's noses. My suspicion is that the thief smuggled the bird out in some kind of large satchel or carrying case. Alright. The guards at the tower search bags coming in to help protect against bomb threats. But as far as I know, they do not search anyone leaving the grounds. The beefeaters were able to tell us that Jackie was last seen at 4 p.m. when Mr. Hill gave his last tour of the day. He remembers pointing Jackie out by her green leg band. Alright. We have files on our main suspects. If you'd like to have a look, they are over there on the filing cabinet. Okay, let's see. The file on the Raven case contains brief profiles on suspects. Okay. Chelsea Sinclair, university student, animal rights activist. A previous arrest. Alright. For freeing lab animals. Marcus Dare, university student, animal rights activist too. Honors in science and music, never been arrested. Next. Mademoiselle Le Chaton is in there. Scandal Seeking magazine, why is she here? Okay. Grips has a record of 25 years distinguished service, alright. He has been employed at the tower as Raven Master for 7 years. His record contains no arrest. Okay. There we go. Alright, next part is... Alright, the university. We had a lot of university students. The protesters that Simon told us about came from the university. Let's see if we can find out more about the animal rights demonstration from some of the students here. Like you. Yes, I was involved in the demonstrations at the tower. In fact, I helped organize them. Oh. I think it's just awful that they clipped those poor birds' wings. Imagine forcing an animal to live in a cage just for the sake of some ridiculous legend. Who knows, some legends could be based on truths to avoid bad things from happening. It can happen. Warnings of, like in the old ages, there's a reason why there are warnings, even if it's just a story or a legend. It might be for the good because it might be preventing something bad from happening. Just saying. Do not underestimate legends. Mind you, I'm not saying that I support the theft of the bird. I think that's a dreadful thing to do to an animal. The poor thing must be terrified wherever it is. You're contradicting yourself. Ideally hope you don't think that any of us would be rash enough to do such a thing. Marcus and I were outside the tower gates until 4 p.m. protesting. Afterwards, I came straight back to meet my roommate Miriam here for our study session. If you ask me, this is all done by that Raven Master Grips. Why would he do that? He didn't like us demonstrating at all. I bet he set this whole thing up to get us into trouble and put an end to our animal rights protests. Why don't you go ask him about his ravens? Honestly, I don't see the benefit in doing it for Grips. What a lot of fuss over a silly bird. Did you know we had a constable here from Scotland Yard nosing about? He seemed to think Chelsea might have had something to do with the theft since she was protesting at the tower yesterday. But I'm sure I would have noticed if Chelsea had brought home a raven last night. She was home in time for our 4:30 study session. We had an exam today in math. Thank heavens that's done with. Alright. I think it's marvelous that someone had the courage to liberate that poor raven. Well done, I say. I'm sure Chelsea approves. She's a splendid girl, that Chelsea. I bet she's impressed by that daring raven thief. Huh. I have a feeling of deja vu here. I wish there was something I could do to impress her. Something that wasn't illegal, I mean, of course. Protesting is one thing, but theft, that's against the law. Yes. A message near the student phone in the hallway says that Marcus' cello teacher called. Okay. The message reads, Marcus, Mr. Wren called to tell you that you left your sheet music in his classroom after your 4:30 lesson yesterday. You may pick it up this evening before 6 p.m. So Marcus, excuse me. Okay, so Marcus had a lesson at 4:30. And he left sometime after that, and he left his sheet music. Alright. When did the theft happen again? The Tower of London is free again, but let's go to the London Zoo. We haven't been to the zoo in a while, I guess. Let's see what we can learn about ravens here at the zoo. Mr. Potter, the zookeeper, knows everything about animals. Oh my goodness, my headphone. Ravens are related to the crow family, the genus Corvus. They're huge birds and have mean tempers. I believe you. They're clever though. They can be taught to speak, much like parrots can they? They're awfully greedy birds. I suspect that you would be able to tame one to come towards you very easily with a bit of meat or an oil sandwich. That might be a good way to catch one, but you'd still have to look out for its bite. Yeah, man. Pity you weren't here yesterday. Grips, the raven master from the Tower of London, was here giving a lecture all about ravens. It was so interesting that people were here until 5:30 p.m. asking him questions. Okay. It looks like some of the reporters are still here, getting information about the Raven story. Not Aunt Miranda, though. This is just the kind of, well, how do you say, incident that proves what I am saying in my latest article for alerts. So-called security here in England is no better than the dreadful English cooking. Oh my god. If someone can steal a great big bird right out from under their noses, then how can these eaters of beef keep any of the priceless jewels here safe? Answer me that. Mademoiselle Le Chaton is wearing long black gloves. You can see the edges of what appears to be bandages. Oh. Well, I've interviewed everyone and seen everything. It is clear that the raven was taken as part of a plot to overthrow the Queen. What are you talking about, even? What makes you say that, Mr. Wiles? Well, it is obvious, isn't it? I mean, raven disappears. No clues, no trace. Obviously, dark forces are at work. Everyone knows the legend. If the raven leaves the tower, the king or Queen of England falls from power. No, I didn't hear that. I thought the tower falls. Mark my words, this is only one in a series of raven thefts we'll see, and when the tower crumbles, I'll be here to get the story. This is the stuff of... I don't know how you pronounce that. Pulitzers? I tell you. What's smashing luck for Le Chetan? I've heard she's been working on a story about English security and how lax it is. This has turned out to be a perfect moment for her to be at the tower. This raven theft is just an embarrassing event she's been looking for. I know who to suspect now. We've retraced Jackie's steps, and I'm more convinced than ever that she must have been taken by someone from her favorite perch at the White Tower. She spends most afternoons there trying to bag scraps of food from the tower visitors. I don't like her to do it, but it's in her nature. Okay. Why don't you like her to do it, Mr. Gribbs? Partly because of the rubbish that some people will feed her, creeps, sweets, even plastic wrappers. But mostly because I feel she may bite someone one day. A raven bite can be a nasty business. Ahaha. Okay, there's no more places to go to. I was just confirming. And I will solve. We've got this bird thief by the tail. Pick the clues that you think best implicate our suspect. Alright. So, I bet you know who I think it is. So, we'll start from... We will start from... there we go. Alright, Mademoiselle Le Cheton has bandages. This may be it, but I'm not so sure. Okay, maybe this is important. Ravens are related to crows. No. It may be it, but I'm not sure. Yeah, see that? Yeah, I need Le Cheton, please. 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 Aha. Alright. The crown, so I think that the one called Jackie is missing. These are not quite related to it. No, it's not. So maybe what I can pick is the one I was pointing out just now. I've been working on a news article. I don't know here. Oh wow, okay. Alright. Le Cheton. You're right. Mademoiselle Le Cheton stole the raven herself to embarrass the Tower of London beefeaters and give her article a big scoop for the headlines. Townsend Wells told us that Mademoiselle Le Cheton was writing an article on pet security in England. This raven theft was the perfect centerpiece for her news story. Our suspicions deepened when Darren told us that he saw her throwing food to a raven near the White Tower. Studying the information posters near the raven cages told us that the White Tower was Jackie's territory. Jackie was the missing raven. Mr. Potter at the zoo told us that ravens are greedy birds who can be tempted with food, but will bite anyone trying to capture them. Alright. Mademoiselle Le Cheton had bandages on her hands because Jackie must have bitten her as she stuffed the bird into one of her satchels. Okay. Okay, that's great. So we finished the mystery, as in the case of the Renegade Raven. So in the next one, we're gonna get to case of the hieroglyphic hint. I'm interested. So until the next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.